Some people pick their new country for love, others for taxes. If you manage to score both, congratulations, you've cracked the expat jackpot. But most of us aren't that lucky or that organized. Choosing where to move abroad is a mix of dreams, spreadsheets, wishful thinking, and let's be honest, some late-night YouTube binges. So before we dive into our list of the top 10 countries to move to in 2025, let's talk about why people choose the places they do. Because where you go depends a lot on what you value most. Let's start with the big one, quality of life. This is the crown jewel, the ultimate why. People don't move abroad to be more stressed. They move for more sunlight, fewer work meetings, a chance to hear birds instead of traffic, and a pace of life that doesn't feel like a never-ending game of who forgot to unmute. Here's what this can include: climate, sunshine, seasons, or sweater weather, whatever suits your soul. Safety and stability, especially important for families and retirees. Work-life balance, like actually having dinner before 10 p.m. and well-being green spaces. Clean air and cities where you don't need a spreadsheet to cross the street. It's not about perfection. It's about feeling like your life is actually livable. Next up, money. We're not talking about getting rich. We're talking about getting by without burning out. Lower cost of living is huge, especially for retirees, remote workers, and anyone side-eyeing their grocery receipt. What makes a place financially appealing? Affordable basics like rent, food, and transport that don't cost your sanity. Tax perks: some countries roll out the red carpet, others just roll their eyes. Purchasing power, the magical feeling when your dollar actually gets you something. And the ability to stretch retirement savings without sacrificing quality. Nothing says paradise like being able to eat out twice a week without checking your bank app in fear. Then there's the question: do you still have to work? For many, the answer is yes, and where you go might depend on whether that's fun or just mandatory. Working-age expats often look for thriving job markets, career growth, and business-friendly environments. You know, in case you've got a burning desire to open a dog cafe that also sells vintage ukuleles. Retirees, on the other hand, want clear retirement visa options, low income requirements, and ideally, not needing a 14-step document apostille in triplicate. Basically, can you get there, stay there, and not lose your mind doing the paperwork? Now, let's talk about infrastructure that matters, because sunny beaches are great, but you know what else is great? Affordable antibiotics. For many expats, especially families or long-term planners, access to good health care and solid education systems are deal makers. You want reliable doctors, decent hospitals, and health insurance that doesn't require a second job to pay for. And if you've got kids, international schools might be at the top of your list, or at least somewhere near decent internet. Even digital nomads eventually need a dentist, or a tetanus shot, or both. Finally, there's the big emotional one. Will you actually feel at home? Culture shock is real. It can be exciting. It can also be exhausting. So it helps with the country you're moving to has a welcoming vibe toward foreigners, a population that speaks your native language, at least a little, or your willingness to learn the local language, cultural norms that don't completely short-circuit your personality, and ideally, a strong expat community so you don't have to Google how to make friends in a foreign country at 2 a.m. also. Let's be honest, food matters. If you can't find a decent taco or a good espresso, it might be a deal breaker. The thing is, none of these factors exist in a vacuum. A lower cost of living might allow you to enjoy a better lifestyle. A solid visa might give you access to great health care. And a welcoming culture might make up for a lack of English signs at the train station. That's why it's so important to understand what you value. Your perfect country depends on your priorities, your life stage, and yes, your tolerance for spicy food, chaotic traffic, or bureaucratic paperwork that seems to have been invented as a prank. There's no one-size-fits-all answer. What's perfect for a digital nomad might be terrible for a family of 5. And your dream retirement in Thailand might look very different than someone else's dream startup in Estonia. So now that we've laid the groundwork, it's time to name names. In the next episode, we're counting down the top 10 countries to move to in 2025 and why. Some will surprise you. Others are probably already on your vision board. So make sure you're subscribed and maybe, just maybe, start thinking about which boxes matter most for your own future abroad. Because knowing your why is the first step to finding your where.